Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to Adventures in Arcane Space. Once again, I'm your Dungeon Master, AuldDragon, and the players are...
Hi, I'm David Big Mac Shepherd. I play Braxon Miacc, who's a human fighter from an asteroid close to Brow and has risen to the rank of captain.
Hey, I'm James. I play Ockar, human paladin from Brawl.
Hello everyone, I'm Salen Mortar. I play Finnel'ar Mohani, a druid from Grayspace.
Hello, I'm Levalithana, an elven wild mage from she doesn't know where from.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Sakat. I play the character of Lafdul Moonglade, a priest thief multiclassed from Realm Space. He's travelled a little bit over Toro, and yeah, his gimmick is making titles, and his current title is the perilously piecemeal priestly plunder. I kind of messed it up, Peter. Not happy with that. But hey, people enjoy me messing it up, so that's the best part for everyone.
Of course.
You realise that one day Ald will say, do it again until you get it right.
I hope he's not that kind of guy.
Nah. You got your one chance. Alright, so, the party is at Reork's. I believe you're planning on leaving. But you had a little adventure in the tavern the night before.
Yeah, there's going to be no repercussions from that. None.
Someone's waking up with an incredible hangover, Leva.
Oh my god, who turned on this bright light?
Is she?
Go back
Is
to
this?
bed.
Is this the first time your character's been hungover?
No.
Oh,
Remember? It's not far from the first time, but it's always this bad. Oh gosh, my head. Oh my head.
Does this mean we need to wait another day?
No, she just has a hangover. She'll have to survive.
Just don't put her on the helm.
Oh, you're so loud. Just shut up, please. It's like hammers in my head when you talk.
Is there not a cantrip to sober yourself up?
Oh, no. Why would there be like that? That would be convenient. We can't take away the punishment from overindulgence in the drink.
Does hangover count as a disease?
No.
Yeah, all poison. I asked.
Neither does it count as
Definitely.
poison.
Lara would say definitely disease and poison and everything.
I swear there is a dwarven spell that does it.
Sadly, I don't think my lay on hands can cure a hangover.
Oh, there might be some spells that do that. I'm just ruling that neutralize poison and similar spells don't.
Alcohol's not a
Heal
poisoning.
would take care of it.
But heal is incredibly powerful.
Yeah, that's why it would take care of it.
The hangover is incredibly powerful too.
I wouldn't really know. I've never had a hangover.
That's probably a good thing. All right, so I think you guys are waiting for the last batch of cargo, and then you were going to be setting off. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless
have we heard anything yet?
What's the morning? I assume.
Yeah, it's the morning now.
Oh, hang on.
So when we get
never need to meet people.
Oh,
so
that's...
Yeah, Leva needs to meet with the Octane Arcade.
So that she can memorize them.
I'm not sure it's the proper... Oh, no, don't make me meet new people.
Oh, and you got to describe how a spell works with a thumping headache. Yeah, I bet you'll fail that.
Yeah, we already made the appointment.
That's just like real life.
How early is the appointment?
Late. Please make it late.
It's like mid-morning.
Oh, half-time.
I think I said that we would meet at around like noonish or mid-morning-ish.
I think it would be mid-morning.
Yeah,
because
we had to go meet with them mid-morning.
You're planning to set off
Yeah.
like early afternoon at the latest kind of thing. I think.
So we need to have Leva go talk with their wizard and get a sending thing set up.
Would Finn be able to use herbs to sort people out?
Gareth stoned.
Only if you have the bit of the hair of the dog to bitter.
There is
That would actually be an interesting material component that you have to have hair of a dog to cure that.
Beowulf
yeah.
is a dire wolf, by the way, not a dog. Wolves are different than dogs.
Finn, do you have anything
in
that you
enough ways.
think might help besides just a standard herbalism check?
I don't think I do.
Okay.
Doesn't putting her to sleep technically count as a cure? And I don't mean
Yes
the,
and no. Yes and no. I don't think it would be the best plan, however. Well,
I mean, I could give her a lot of sleep in a hurry, but
I mean that. Well, technically, if she gets like a full night's rest in an hour, then she might sober up.
I mean, she got a full night's rest the day before, so overnight. So I don't think another one would help. Yeah, Leva's just gonna have to suffer through it. Was anyone going to go with her?
Someone should. Probably Ockar, I suppose.
Yeah.
He's
Ockar
almost already done the introduction.
Does Ockar need to go in disguise again?
Well,
I
yeah,
can lend
probably.
it if he wants it, yeah.
They can't both go in disguise. Unless Lafdul can dress them up as a pantomime horse and use
No!
the
I
hat
could just make
use
Leva
the
not
hat
look like
disguise
Leva.
to make them look like a centaur.
Just make Leva not look like Leva.
It
I'm
was
not going
it
with the horse costume.
it was a good plan.
So, Lafdul, you're gonna try using disguise?
It might be a good plan, but I reject
yeah.
it.
Alright, what is your
Just-
proficiency?
It's like 15, if I remember correctly. You need to roll a... Just 15 minus what? 14.
Okay. So you do your best to make Leva look like just not Leva. Hair
Yeah,
color
basically.
change clothes, that kind of thing. Maybe use some makeup to change her complexion, that sort of thing.
Yeah, I can sell. Leva's like, what are you doing to me? Go away. Stop poking me.
Oh, my head, my poor head. Ow! It's me.
Just like prodding her head a bit too hard.
On purpose, of course.
Yeah.
Alright, so,
Gentle flick to the side of the head. And it's like,
Leva decides that she needs to cast strength and cat's grace on herself. Maybe that helps.
okay.
Lafdul's questioning whether or not he should be in the room.
I mean, strength takes 10 minutes to cast. You have time to get out.
Oh, no, yeah. He's just probably on the other side of the room looking for some like disguise material.
Okay, so Leva, you can go ahead and give me 1d4 for the strength and 1d6 for the dexterity.
I'm looking through the horizons. See if there's any good ones.
D5?
Bruh. What's 1 point between friends?
Alright, so you get 3 dexterity and 1 strength.
I don't think that changes anything.
It may not.
You were better off with a D5.
So you and Ockar make your way to the Octave Arcane. Have a kind
I
of a
am
short
keeping
meeting.
a lookout.
I'm sorry.
I'm not. I want to be keeping a lookout in general. I'm not watching them, and I'm not casting telepathy on them. I am just.
Oh, you're following along, but just keeping a
No,
watch
I'm
outside?
watching. I'm keeping a watch for anyone paying attention to us now.
Right, so you're following along to stay outside.
I suppose, yeah.
Okay. I mean, you can't do it from the deck of the ship. That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you?
Can I disguising myself as well? Just
You
to
certainly can try.
just to make myself more.
Okay.
Not me.
Yeah,
basically.
change your clothes, your hair color, that sort of thing. Okay. So you wait outside, Lafdul, keeping an eye out, watching other people and stuff like that. Leva and Ockar, you have a short meeting where Leva does her best to familiarize herself with the at least some of the members of the Octave Arcane crew.
Mhm.
Oh, the one day you need to remember.
I'm not sure she remembers it afterwards.
All you're gonna remember is a hangover and nothing
So
else.
you know them well enough to be able to use sending.
She looks at them. She says, "Oh, hello, nice to meet you."
So give me an intelligence check with a +2 to the roll.
Just a moment. Oh, I can't do +2s here.
Did she fail?
Yes.
Well, she has a hangover. What do you expect? No. Oh, I'm so sorry, my head. Oh.
Yeah, so apparently that hangover is going to, well, okay. I'll allow it. Abcody has redeemed a critical hit for that. I'll allow it.
Really?
Not typically what that's used for, but I'll allow it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So you fight through your pounding headache.
I open my eyes a bit more than they were before, and I look at them closely. And what do I see?
Well, I mean, you're just like trying to memorize their appearance and mannerisms and everything like that,
I just
for the
realized
spell
something.
usage. Mm-hmm.
If I was using telepathy, Lev would be screaming out at me like, "Get out of my head! It already hurts."
Would you actually get to partake in the headache that she has at the moment?
No, you'd just be having to think, and it would hurt you. You just wouldn't want to talk, I guess.
I
Or
don't
think.
know. Well, thinking is easier than talking. Talking hurts my head.
I mean, there's nothing in the spell description that says that it interacts that way with hangovers. Admittedly, I don't think there's much in the AD&D game that says that it interacts with hangovers, but I don't think it would necessarily be that bad. It might just be annoying, but I don't think it would be one of those things of actively making it worse.
Makes sense.
Ooh, that's a nice horizon. Sorry, a bit random. I was looking at the horizon for clean. It's like prestidigitation in later editions, but obviously it's something else in second edition. Oh, it's so confusing.
Yep, that's stuff that you can memorize. All right, so Leva, you believe you have familiarized yourself enough with them to use sending on probably their captain, Priasant.
Okay.
All right. So after that, you guys return. In the meantime, you've gotten your last delivery of cargo to your ship as well. Was there anything that you were going to do while that was being loaded?
Claire had some scheme what she wanted to do.
Yeah, that's gone out the window.
Huh?
Has that gone out the window? Or...
Why?
I don't know.
Wasn't she able to learn her spells?
Yeah, you got your spells.
Yeah.
Oh.
While that delivery was on the way, Braxon would be walking up and down the docks looking like he's waiting for it, but he's really looking for anyone that looks like they might come from Ansalon, even though he doesn't know what that looks like.
Yeah, that's.
The reason why I bring this up is because she decided to, on another spell, she's using scrying to see whether detect scrying to see whether anybody is trying to scry on her.
So you're waiting until you get back to the ship for that?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. So you get back to the ship and then cast that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. All right. You are not detecting any scrying attempts for the duration of that spell.
That would be most of the day. It's 1d6 turns plus 1 turn a level.
Well, it's not most of the day. It's
a couple hours.
Yeah, actually, let's see. That would be... about 2 hours.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So that'll take you right up until you're heading off to, you're leaving the planet.
Okay.
Before we leave the planet, is there anyone else that Lever might want to do sending to? Did you meet up with the Star Knights? Or the other lot, the Company of the Chalice? They don't have ships, but we might want to get a message to them.
Well, given that the Company of the Chalice doesn't have ships, I don't think sending would be all that effective, and you have to send it to a person, not a place.
Yeah,
if I remember correctly.
Yeah, but
they're not. There isn't a single person who is guaranteed to always be available with the Company of the Chalice.
Oh, I thought there was a representative we met up with.
There is, but he's not guaranteed to always be here.
Right.
He may lead forces himself.
Yeah.
That sort of thing.
Oh, well, the only reason Sorry, go on, Lever.
There's another spell where I can send something to a place if necessary. Well, that's not sending.
No, the only reason I thought is that if you wanted to contact other people, if there was someone on Rilk's, hey, wasn't there a representative for Hidakul?
They have a local person that they work with, but they're not like a Hidakul person. That's just the person.
Right. Okay. Well,
and that's just trade.
Okay. Anyway, what I meant was, the Company of the Chalice we know are trustworthy. So, if we knew that the pirates were somewhere we couldn't get to, we might want to let someone here know.
Right, but like your discussion with the Company of the Chalice was just, a case of we might want to hire some of your warriors at some point, kind of thing.
Yeah, I know.
So,
but did Lever meet them?
No,
that's what I was asking.
She did not.
So if you meet them, you have the option.
Yeah, but keep in mind that you got 25 words.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm just like, I'm not sure what you'd send them other than just having them available, and I'm just not seeing what the benefit is.
Well, basically what I'm saying is if she doesn't meet them, she doesn't get the option, and we leave this planet. We have to come back to the planet in order to get her to meet them. If she wants to meet them, and we're on the planet now, and if she meets them, and we think of something later, with less than 25 words, that is worth sending.
Right, but if you want to do anything with them at all, you have to come back to the planet anyway.
Maybe, maybe not. If we found out where that spy, if we found out the name of the spy from Ansalon or more details when we were somewhere else, and we could send that through to them, and they could get someone to apprehend them. For example, I'm just saying we're
it's up to
here.
you.
We're
It's up
about
to
to
you.
leave. Yeah, well, I was just asking Leva. Is there anyone else that's worth you meeting before we leave, so that you can target them with a sending spell, or is there a maximum number of people you can memorize?
No, it's not a memorizing; it's a familiarizing. But don't
Right.
forget, Leva at the moment is having a hangover. She's in her room. She doesn't want any. No, don't make me meet more people, please. I'm having my head. I've got a headache.
How long does the hangover usually last?
Depending how bad they are,
majority of the
quite some
day.
time.
Yeah, I mean, it would just basically be the day.
Wow. Okay, so you can't go into hell.
She
doesn't
could.
From
feel-
play, just as from player to player, have you had a hangover yet as a player?
No.
Oh, feel.
I've drank before, but I've never gone. But even no matter how much I've drank, I've never gotten a hangover.
I mean, again, it like you might be over selling exactly what this is. She would just be like, it's not impacting. It would not impact her ability to be on the helm, except making her miserable.
Mm-hmm.
You might hear about it, hear her complaining vociferously, but it wouldn't impact her ability to be on the helm.
Think how much you can complain, and how many experience points you'll get for complaining if you go visit two other people. You said out of
All
character.
right. So Leva, it's up to you. Would you want to
Yeah.
do that?
Well, she would want to do it because normally she's quite open to meeting more people. But today she's having a bad day. But if Braxon really tries to convince her, then she might be convinced to go.
I think it's a good idea to go.
If he can stand her complaining on the way.
Well, I think Ockar's going with her, isn't he?
I'll go with you, and I'll deal with that. I think I have enough patience. You really need to deal with your drinking problem, man.
Well, what can I do if I'm asked to have a drink?
They know.
They know what.
Say that you don't want to go get a drink.
Well,
But it tastes really good.
does it?
Whatever. Let's get this handled while they keep getting the ship ready.
All right.
So we'll just go ahead and do that all.
All right. So, are you visiting? Who are you visiting?
Well, I imagine we want to visit like the Star Knights and the Company of the Chalice, so we could set up, so we can get her familiar with somebody at those locations for sending purposes.
Okay. All right, Leva, give me 2 more intelligence checks with +2 penalties.
Again. I have to change my macro. Sorry.
Okay, so yeah, it's still a struggle, but you were able to familiarize yourself with both of the groups.
Okay.
And now we can head back, and you can go lay down in your room.
Okay, so you've gotten your cargo loaded. Everyone's back at the ship. Is there any last-minute stuff that you guys want to do, or are you setting off?
Weren't we going to inspect the cargo publicly?
I think
Yes.
that was a plan. We were going to make a bit of a show of it, weren't we?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So this would be happening while Leva, Lafdul, and Ockar are off visiting these other groups.
Yeah, because Lafdul doesn't have his heart of the sky, so we'll have to leave without him.
It probably would have to be.
Well, I mean, I did say that it was
Mhm.
delivered while you guys were gone.
Yes.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's what I was saying. I misheard.
Okay. So, what are you? Those who are left, Solas's player is out for the day. So he will be doing the role of bookkeeper. So, whatever you want him to do in that regard is fine. But Finn and Braxon, what are you doing to inspect the cargo? And you got your crew to help out with that too,
Mm-hmm.
if you want them to do anything.
Well, Braxon will. There's other people back on our ship. Braxon's going to make a show of inspecting the cargo on the docks, but he's really looking around for people suspicious.
I mean, all of your crew are on the ship.
Okay. Well, I meant one of the other players can do a proper inspection. He's going to get a couple of boxes open and... Oh, was this the alcohol?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're large casks.
Have we got anything that looks at all like a scientific instrument?
Not. I mean, you got stuff in the lab, but that lab is back on the Dolphin
Yeah,
proper.
that's upstairs. Braxton's going to hold some bottles up to the light and look through them and sniff the corks and do some other stuff like that.
Okay.
And then nod as if he knows something about alcohol and how well alcohol keeps.
All right. Yeah, I'm fine with it being like a mix of casks and bottles. I don't think that was really specified. I was thinking casks, but if you want bottles, that's fine.
I think people can take little bits out of casks and reseal them. Probably wouldn't want to do too much of that to spoil cargo, but...
Okay. So just making a big show of doing that.
Yeah,
were you doing that
big show.
on the docks, or are you doing that on the deck?
Let's do most of that on the docks.
Okay. All right. So Solas will. Solas knows brewing, so he can do an actual inspection.
Yeah.
But he's also, making a show of counting them.
Yeah.
Having a stylus and like tapping each one kind of thing. As loudly as he can, in a non-obvious way.
Yeah, Braxon will, if Lafdul's out dressed as the ship owner, Braxon will.
Only you and Finn and Solas are
Oh, yeah, he's off. All right, okay, fair enough. Yeah, Braxon will periodically pretend he's going back up to the ship's owner.
Okay.
And then coming out and going, yeah, we got the okay, bring that stuff aboard.
Okay.
And, like, drag it out a bit.
Okay.
He'll also have conversations with Solas when Solas is on the dock and he's on the ship, where he calls out things that refers to the other cargoes that we've got that are supposedly worth lots of money, including some stuff we don't actually have.
All right. Okay, so you make this big show, and then finally get everything loaded in. The people who delivered the cargo to you are clearly a bit peeved at the long delay, but finally, when they are released, they grumble and take their leave of you. All right.
Did Braxton see anyone suspicious in the area? Must be a few people interested in the show he's making of himself.
Let's see, what is your wisdom?
That was kind of like what I was originally planning on doing, but I think that got interpreted differently.
I'm sorry?
I think that was what I was originally planning on doing, but I think it got interpreted in a different manner.
Yeah, Sorry, go on.
Didn't realize the ships were so far away from each other.
Right, well, that's what I was saying, is that you can't do that. You couldn't observe from the ship. And the company of the Chalice is way far away.
Basically, Octave Arcane is in a repair area, so not in the loading area, I believe.
No, it's alright. It's already played out.
So the number you're after all is 9.
Okay. You do not notice anyone suspicious hanging around.
Yeah. I've got a feeling that I wouldn't notice my own hand in front of my own face.
I'm pretty sure you'd notice your hand in front of your face, unless
I
someone
get a
casts
bonus.
invisibility on you.
Yeah. I get a bonus for that.
9 is average.
I thought it was 1 below average.
8 to 11 is average.
Right.
Or 8 to 12. One of those two. Anyway, with everything put away and Leva, Lafdul, and Ockar finally back, you guys are ready to set off? Or is there anything anyone wanted to do first?
Lafdul's doing stuff.
Stuff?
Last minute purchases.
Yeah, I just can't say right now.
Okay.
Well,
is it stuff that's happening during the day, or is it something that you need to that the ship needs to be delayed on?
No, it's not something that needs to be delayed on. It's happening for another day.
Okay.
Most likely.
So okay. All right. So you get your crew together and make your preparations to leave the planet. Let me check.
Have we worked out where we're actually going?
I kind of assumed that you had, but I don't know. Where are you going? I guess there was some talk about Zivlin, and I know there was talk about Kryn.
Oh, somebody wanted to go to Kryn and buzz the moon, Nuitari, and see if we could see anything. But I don't know that we want to land on Kryn.
It's up to you. I mean, you got some information about Kryn's moon, so...
Yeah, we had possible leads on... I suppose we're in the middle of the system.
Well, how about this? You guys can take a couple moments to discuss where people want to go and then make a decision. How's that?
Yeah.
I need to look up what the weather is going to be like here on Reorx as you leave anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of doing something else. That's why I'm being a bit quiet.
Well, I mean, if no one has any, actual ideas, as Captain Braxon, you can make the executive decision.
Yeah. Oh, the alcohol we've got is not perishable, so I guess we can go to Nuitari and look for this pirate port.
Sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, but I don't think we want to land on Kryn.
I thought we did. I sort of remember that we decided that we did want to land on Kryn.
Solas really, 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 really wants to land on Kryn.
Yeah, our guide didn't. Our guide warned us off going to Kryn.
Well,
so how about we come?
Keep in mind that the guide is guaranteed to always be months out of date.
Yeah.
If not years. and it specifically said that there was a very recent war and political and social upheavals on the southern continent, not so much on the northern continent.
Wasn't the northern continent a place full of minotaurs?
Yeah, the main recommended port there is the capital city of a Minotaur kingdom empire thing.
Yeah. Well, we already did meet one minotaur. I don't know if we get any ideas for beating minotaurs from going there.
We can't let minotaurs come to the ship, onto the ship.
That's true, and they might want to inspect the cargo, and then our ship attacks them, and then they get upset.
You think?
Wow. It just causes them a lot of pain because you shoot the pain symbol up, didn't you?
Yeah, but they'd
No,
still get
it
upset.
stays. It
They'd
stays.
still get upset if they come on board to do a cargo inspection and the ship hurts them. They will get upset.
We just
I guess
tell them they need a non-minotaur to.
I guess we'd have to be really careful about this southern continent.
As I remember, Solas proposed that we land somewhere where there isn't any fighting.
Well, maybe there's somewhere else we can go to.
It's whether or not our ship gets commandeered for the war.
If Ald has a copy of Otherlands.
I mean, if you get into orbit and you can take a look at the continents and then make a decision, but if you don't have
That's-
any specific information, then it's kind of like just yeah, here, let's land there, kind of thing. So
Let's go to this black moon then, and Lafdul's got a spell when he can find out if things are risky or not. We can ask him if it's dangerous for us
Risky?
to land. Don't you have a spell
yeah.
that warns us if things are dangerous?
But
My augury, yeah.
wait a moment. Why would we consider going to Kryn if the person who actually does want to go to Kryn is not here? That doesn't somehow make space. It's a wasted trip if we go there and the one person who really wants to go there is not here. Why don't we sort of plan
Let's-
it that we might come back and then and land there on the return trip?
I suggest we spend 4 hours exploring the moon then.
Okay.
Well, we could go to Zivlin and go for that pirate port now.
We could, yeah, if we can find it.
Well,
Yeah,
let's go and
well.
search.
And
Well,
plus, we're going
yeah.
to get good deals on our trade route there, so we could just come back to this area
Yeah.
afterwards.
Yeah.
I guess there's that. We can sell all this cargo.
Because I got a contact to buy stuff. I don't know how much of the stuff. I think it's just some of it.
Yeah, I guess we might, once we get back to Hidaka, we might go to Zivlin, or we might go to Zivlin with this cargo on. I don't know. Once we get back to the area, we might not need the bait anymore for pirates because we'll be close to them. Okay, back to Zivlin it is.
Yeah, because we're looking for Thaldar.
Thaldar.
okay. Let's see. So you're gonna be heading out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
So that's gonna be over a week's travel out to Zivlin.
Okay.
Kryn is not 2 days away.
Yeah, I
Just
think
so you're aware of that.
Yeah, I think what other people are trying to do is not have someone miss what they want to see in the game.
Well, right, but what I mean is like you don't have to go to, like, you know of 2 places on Kryn's moons.
Yeah.
So if you
Yeah.
wanted to visit them, then you're taking over a week to get out to Zivlin, and then another week to get back in.
Okay, let's go to.
So I just I mean, if you're fine with that, then you're fine with that. I'm just letting you know, making sure that everyone is aware of what would be going on.
Yeah.
Let's go to New Itari.
New Atari.
Yeah,
The
What's
moon.
name
the
of
black
moon?
the black moon of Kryn. and then we don't bother going to Kryn. We go out to Civilian from there.
Let's
Okay.
do that.
Works for me.
And- In the meantime, hopefully, the guys from the Arcane Cave can do some looking around on reorcs for us. Since I remember at least the rogue said he would look into some stuff.
How'd you know it's a rogue?
Hey,
What's this rogue thing?
He's speaking out of character.
Yeah, I know,
A
I'm
person of
playing
a
on him.
similar job description and
I'm a priest. I take offense to that.
okay, half a similar job description.
Oh, wow. Now you're making me out to be a half something.
I have an idea that may or may not work.
It clearly won't work. Lafdul flipped a coin.
I need to ask a quick question, Ald.
Mhm.
How far could we possibly send a message with signaling?
The proficiency?
Yeah.
You'd have to be like if a ship drops out of tactical speed, depending on the signaling method, that's about the limit.
Yeah, that's the thing I'm thinking. Because I'm wondering if we could fly over Nuitari and send out a message. We have taken a ship. We need a place to land.
Yeah, chances are no one would see you unless you're close enough to actually see a ship, kind of thing. Like if you're trying to
Right.
signal the planet.
Yeah.
On top of that, you would also have to, like, you can't just signal the planet and someone on the planet sees it. You'd have to be signaling a specific place on the planet. Kind of thing.
I was just wondering if something like that, or maybe if they have disguise spells for their base. Yeah, okay. Well, we'll go explore Civilian, which might blow our cover, but that's fine.
Oh, wait, Zivlin or Nuitari?
Sorry, Nuitari.
Okay. I mean, at the same time, someone, like, part of it is that someone on the surface of one of these planets, anything that's not functionally like an asteroid, you generally can't see a ship in orbit from the planet.
Yeah.
It's too small, too far.
Yeah.
Now, if you're, right up above, anyone coming and going would probably see you, but...
Yeah.
Okay, so, you get underway. Do you want to, like, immediately go into, the second shift, since it's second half of the day at this point?
Yeah, I suppose we can do.
Okay, so that is going to be...
We might leave it a few minutes while we're leaving orbit, just in case we get attacked.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I mean, again, it would take... I'm not saying that everyone would literally just go to sleep right away, just immediately drop off, but...
oh, yeah.
All right, so second shift is Nemeriel on the helm, and Leva, Braxon, and Lafdul on duty.
We're gonna brief all of our crew that we've dropped plenty of bait, that there's stuff worth stealing, in the hope that pirates come after us.
Okay.
And what should we do? 2 people on double the watch, maybe? Yeah, let's double the watch. Whatever that means. Double lookouts.
All right. Okay, so you dock back up with the blade. I assume you're leaving the cargo on the shuttle, however?
Yeah.
Okay. And with that, you get, check in, everything is fine on the ship, and then get underway. So it took half an hour to get out of the atmosphere and back up to your ship. Probably would take another hour or so to get everything, docked up and checked out and get reports from the crew who are left on the ship and everything like that. And you get underway. You're pulling away from Reorx. You enter spelljamming speed, and then almost immediately, just like seconds pass, and you drop out.
Fun.
Really? But no, hang on. Have we got back to our dolphin?
Yeah, this is after
Right.
docking up and transferring all your stuff around, and you take you turn in the appropriate direction and start heading away.
What
And
do we see?
I'm sorry,
Just back off.
What do we see?
I'll get to that in just a second.
How?
So it was just seconds at spelljamming speed, and you could feel the difference. The lookouts, you've done double shifts, Braxon. And they're scanning all around, and they shout, "Don't see nothing!"
Yeah, I mean, Lafdul would be out on shift. He probably hadn't even had time to go on below deck.
No, this is after an hour of
Out an hour.
yeah.
That's not exactly instant, but
No. So it took a half an hour to get back up to your ship. You're there at your ship for an hour without it moving, as you're getting everything secured, checking everything out, making sure that everything is okay, and then you set off. You get into spelljamming speed, and literally seconds later, you drop out.
So it's all still there, and nobody has had even time to get to anywhere they wanted to go.
was someone keeping an eye on our helmsman? Our helmsman's not suddenly dead.
All right. Again, let me rephrase. So the hour would have been, those who were not on shift would then be, they'd be heading to their quarters likely, that kind of thing. And everyone who is on duty, you're in your places, you're doing whatever you're doing. Those of you who are on duty, oftentimes it just means that you have to be awake. Like, that's when you're awake, kind of thing. You may not necessarily be on deck, but it's up to you.
So, is shift 1 or shift 2?
Usually on deck
this is shift
doing.
2.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do we notice that we stopped?
Yep.
being in-
Yeah. Yeah, you can feel the difference.
Did we have speaking tubes? I'm not sure we did.
Yes, you do.
Yes.
Okay, Braxon's going to run to a speaking tube and shout down to the helm. We can't see anything around here. What's going on down there? Can you feel anything?
Nemariel calls. Actually, you know what? Nemariel would not be on shift just this once because she brought your ship, the Dolphin, back up. So
true.
this would be Sun Fayun. He speaks through the tube up to you. No, I'm not detecting anything. Obviously, something is out there, but I do not know what it is. And
Can we fought something that was almost invisible before as giant spiders, didn't we?
It was something.
I swear we caught on like this invisible web. Is there any kind of like invisible web? I looked really close to the edge of the ship to see if there's anything. Some kind of web.
You're not seeing anything. The crew members on watch are they're basically repeating it. Still not seeing anything. They're like, peering everywhere, looking all around, trying to see anything that might have dropped you out.
Can we do something?
You might as well get people in the battle stations ready to repel something.
No, I'm wondering if we can do something to sense what's happening about us. We've still got those harpoons. What if we...
Yeah, I mean, I think you got harpoons.
We got harpoons ages ago when we were hunting that whale. What if we put harpoons in the ballista and just fire them out in front of us. See if anything's in front of them. Yeah.
In front.
So that we can carry on moving forwards.
Hmm?
It's either that or back off. It's either that or we back off. If we back off and then we move up or down or left or right, we could then try and go around the thing that's blocking us.
Were there anything in the guidebook about dead magic zones or anything that would disrupt flying in wild space?
Sun Fayun has not indicated that he's lost power. You can order the ship to continue forward at tactical speed.
There was some sort of clouds. Yeah, let's move forward at tactical speed.
Oh, wait, the clouds. How do we know if we're in the clouds?
You can still see the stars around you.
Yeah.
What was the detriment to the clouds?
Well,
What do they do?
they're black. You can assume
Do they poison us,
you haven't been in them. You don't know all the details, but you can assume that if you're in them, you probably wouldn't be able to see the stars.
Did the book say anything about the other sort of clouds?
We've asked about the clouds because the Golden Horde mentioned about them trying to get. What was that one place?
There's
that's
very
really hard
little
to get
information. There's very little information about them. Ockar, you were saying something?
I think we should probably avoid the clouds.
Yeah, if we could see them, we would.
Well, and they're primarily known to be much further out.
Did that book say anything about the second sort of clouds?
It does have warnings about clouds of freezing vapor, if that's what you're...
That's one. Yep.
Yeah.
No, I didn't know whether Braxon would have read that in the guide.
Well, you would, if you were in them, you would see something.
Yeah.
And you're not seeing, like, everything looks normal around you. You're not seeing any ships, you're not seeing any objects, you're not seeing any asteroids. You're not seeing any reason to have dropped out.
Lever goes to the helms room to see whether really everything is all right.
Okay. So upon entering, Sun Fayun greets you and says, we're continuing along at tactical speed. I don't know what caused this. I am not detecting anything around. I do not see anything.
Mm-hmm.
Bad day to pick a prank on poor hungover Lever. She could be very angry. It's like, move it.
She'd go for Lafdul. Lafdul, did you do something?
What? Lafdul's on the top of the deck.
That doesn't mean that the pranks are there too.
Yeah.
Sun Fayun asks you, Braxon, through the speaking tubes, any other direction, or should I just keep going forward?
Keep going forward.
Okay. So you're getting the harpoons loaded into the ballista?
Yeah, let's just fire them.
Okay.
I don't think they'll go out the hex, will they? I don't think we got ropes that long.
If you've got ropes attached to them, then you probably would have.
If it's close enough, I can pull them back with my ring.
So, do you have ropes? Is that anything listed for the harpoons, and how much length do you have for them? Because that should be written down.
It should be written down.
We have nautical rope, but I don't know what else.
Nautical rope is for towing. That's really thick.
Oh, so that doesn't work with the harpoons.
Way down the harpoon too much.
Well, you wouldn't be able to tie it. That's specifically for tying ships together for towing. It's really thick. It's really sturdy.
We did have something for the testing of Lever's ring.
I mean, you got some other ropes, but
I don't have ropes written down. I've got harpoons times 10.
Yeah, I don't know if you actually bought rope to attach to them then.
Not long enough rope. Just shoot one out. We just count it off. See how far we can shoot it. It goes in a straight line, doesn't it?
It'll go in a straight line, yeah, once it leaves your
We'll fire a ballista shot. Or if we ain't, well, harpoons wasted anyway, so you can't retrieve them.
Let's try and attach something to it that's on fire. and we'll shoot the
You
harpoon.
could just set the harpoon on fire.
Well,
You don't have a flame arrow spell memorized.
So you're not
do you, Lemon?
hearing anything unusual either, and if something had breached your breached your air envelope,
yeah,
unless it's quiet, you might be hearing
What?
something.
yeah.
Well, you know those scavers, those ones that are almost invisible because they're like pitch black. They match the surrounding space. don't
Yeah, but they're not big enough to slow us down to tactical speed.
they? Could a volume of creatures slow you down?
Things have to be 10 tons to drop us to tactical speed.
But it
You-
doesn't matter if there's a million things that are like under that. It wouldn't slow you down.
Well, yeah, maybe that would.
That is a distinction I want to know. Whether
I'm
or
not sure
not,
that
like,
you know
a-
for sure. Debris fields of an appropriate size can drop you out of tactical speed.
Alright,
But
yeah,
you're not
so-
sure if that requires a chunk that is 10 tons in size, or if they all have to be sharing an air envelope or something like that. You're not quite sure on that.
Braxon's going to look with his spyglass quite closely in the forward arc.
All right, so you're like watching the harpoon
Yeah.
or ballista bolt.
Well, I was hoping to have something that's flaming, so he can try and track it and see if anything gets in front of the flames.
You could wrap some sailcloth, but when you shoot it, you might damage your ballista.
Yeah.
About some fireworks.
Oh, that sounds good.
What? You got
Is that-
pyrotechnics.
Yep.
Well, the
Well,
idea
if you'd
is to
up the
have
range.
it stay with the object.
Yeah. All right. Has anyone got something like a light spell that they can light up the end of a ballista ball?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
Yes,
not
but
something.
not memorized.
Yeah, I don't memorize that.
Let me.
I do have my dagger that has the continual light. I could tie one onto that.
Well, you
Yeah,
can
it
always
means
just get
I'll
a
use
new dagger.
any
and-
dagger and cast. Yeah,
yeah.
so it's an expendable.
All right, you want to do that?
dagger.
yeah. If you're willing to lose your
Yeah, it's
lights
just
up.
a dagger.
Okay.
I can replace them.
All right, so you
Well-
you tie that on and fire the harpoon or ballista bolt.
harpoon.
Okay. And you fire the
Is a har-
harpoon.
Is a harpoon more likely to have an arc?
No, I mean there's no.
Is it like all
It,
metal?
it travels in a straight line once it leaves your air envelope. You'd only get an arc
Yeah.
in your air envelope.
We're just shooting
All right.
straight.
So you're continuing forward as you're doing this. You fire that off, and it's going straight. It's not encountering anything as it's going.
Okay.
Follow along.
Yeah, just keep moving forwards.
Yeah.
Follow it.
Do you want to signal to Sun Fayun to get into spelljamming speed as soon as he can, if he thinks he can?
Yeah.
Okay.
Please.
Obviously, not to go through the ballista bolt. Slightly veer off from it.
No, that's okay. It won't hurt us.
On it.
No, what happens is if we catch it up, it will drop into our air envelope and we will scoop it up. And then if we're lucky, you can use your magic ring to suck it in and get your dagger back. And if we're unlucky, it just goes straight past us because we don't go straight ahead.
So you
Just
can
as-
you can be hit by stray missile fire. However,
It'd be from.
you
back
would be
end of it.
hitting this because you fired it in the ahead of you. So
Yeah.
it would need you would need to go into spelljamming speed towards one fire towards you for what you're thinking of to happen.
Yeah.
So you're not in any danger from this one because you fired it and it's moving away from you. And
I
you'd just
believe
be
this is
catching
how
up.
we encounter scavers. We just go along and they, like flies stick to the windscreen of a car.
Yeah.
Scavers just stick to your air envelope because they're just swimming along through space and boom,
Yeah.
you hit them. and all of a sudden they go, "What the hell happened? Oh, look,
Well,
food."
I mean, you don't hit them. They drop into your air envelope, and then they're like, "Oh, hey, food has come to me."
They crash into the air envelope.
So let's see. Me do a check to see. You might be slightly off from this shot, which is why it may not actually enter your air envelope once you go into Spelljammer.
I do want to be at the front of the ship, obviously attempting to retrieve my dagger ballista belt, but if not, then
You are right on target. You easily retrieve that. I rolled a 1.
Oh,
Wow.
awesome.
All right, so you're easily able to get that back as you enter spelljamming speed. It was 7-8 minutes of time before you were able to do that, and throughout that whole time, the crew was not seeing anything.
Right.
Those
Can
on
we?
watch.
I say we do a sweep of the ship, just do an inventory check, because this is the first time it's happened to us.
Yeah.
I agree.
I think the other possibility is that we just met Oak ship and that they let us go because they didn't want to have a fight with us.
Yeah, I mean, it's always a possibility, but it's better safe than sorry.
Next port we make, let's get some sort of dust that we can fire at the catapults.
And ropes.
There are like
For the harpoons.
dust shots.
So
Yeah.
keep in mind that, with the exception of like right behind you, that if you encountered something unseen that then let you go, that could have been straight ahead, it could have been above, it could have been below, it could have been off to the port, off to the starboard.
Yep. Could have been below us.
Yeah, so it's not quite 360, full 360 degrees, but pretty close.
Yeah.
So unless you have some good idea of where something is, I mean, I'm not discouraging you. I'm just saying that, if you just start firing blindly, you're gonna miss. If you have some idea of where it is, that's fine.
Yeah.
So,
Mm-hmm.
is it possible to hide like a really small ship, like a flitter or something, like make it invisible or camouflaged? Or
There
illusion
are
of just-
helms that can do that. Note that a flitter is not large enough to cause you to drop out of spelljamming speed.
Oh, it's not.
Mhm.
What's the minimum? Oh, 10.
10 tons. So dragonflies.
I thought I was thinking of a mosquito, but they're smaller.
Nope, mosquitoes are 6.
Yeah.
All right, so you continue on. You guys can move your token into the next square over by Reorks.
Boom, boom, boom.
Everything settles back down.
Oh, I'm on the wrong bit of the map. So these were 5 a day, weren't they?
Yes.
So it's going to take us two days to get there.
A little bit less, but yeah, about that.
I'm seeing some round circles in the middle of the sphere. Oh no, sorry. Forget it. It was the hit points of the ship. But there's no hit points written in there, so.
Yeah, it's not a full token. It's just a. I could probably
that's fine.
change that, but if you wanted. But
yeah, that's fine. That's fine. But because there was no number in there, it didn't register.
Threw you off, yeah. All right. So everything is pretty much going smoothly. Other than that, you can move into the next block that you want to.
Right.
All right, and everything is continuing on pretty smoothly. You're not encountering anything else. Crew is still, discussing what happened as soon as you left. However, Leva, you seem to have your arm is really itching.
My arm.
Yeah.
Which one?
Right arm.
My right arm is itching.
Yeah.
So the one that means
The
you're going to come into
reason
money.
is something.
Yeah, if
Anything?
you start scratching it, like roll up your sleeve on your robe, and yeah, you got a rash there.
I go and show it to Lafdul. Hey, Lafdul, have you ever seen this? It's really itchy.
Yeah, it's like the pixies did something to that on Green Shield. It's funny. Huh? Maybe we got some pixies on here.
Oh, what would that?
Can't see
How
them
would
though. They're
that
invisible.
show? How would that show?
We'd have to find them, I guess.
Let's go and alert Braxon and the others.
All right.
So
Tell
she gets-
Braxon that Lever seems to have gotten a rash. That was we
You don't need
we
to tell him. I can show him. Look, Braxon here. A really bad.
As you was off with Ockar. Has Ockar got a rash as well? Has anyone else got a rash that was near you on the ship?
Do
Okay.
I have one?
Nope.
I do not.
I mean, Ocker's asleep anyway, so.
All right.
Wait.
Finn, Ocker, and Solas are on shift 1, and they're going to be asleep.
Does
Right.
it spread?
Okay.
Does it spread, or is it the same?
Doesn't seem to
Once-
spread. It's just itchy. Although maybe it does spread, because Braxon, you seem to have developed one now too.
Really?
Oh my god. Am I infectious?
Oh no, Lafdul does want to get this. He's going away. He's like, no.
Let's go to your laboratory and see if there's any creatures on our arms. Have you got anything for looking at small things?
No. Or do we? Old?
Like you've got magnifying glasses.
Oh
Yeah.
yes. Okay. Let's have a look at our arms. Does he have it on the arm too?
Yeah, but probably closer to his hand.
Did he actually touch Lever?
I don't know. Would you have touched the rash, Braxon?
No. But he's touched us of that alcohol that we just brought on board.
Well, it's
we
not
don't
like
think the
Well,
alcohol's
Lever
on
didn't
your
touch the alcohol.
hand. It's not on your hand.
Yeah, Lever had it. So Lever's. I hope she's not spreading something. You should wash your hands when visiting guests.
Braxon,
As you're going, you notice one of your crew member. He seems to be really scratching a spot, like on his back.
Braxon,
Oh, jeez, just got this really nasty itch. What is going on?
Braxon says
Show me your back. Show me your back. Is it the same as what I've got on my arm? And she shows him the.
Braxon
arm.
whispers.
Yeah.
Braxon whispers to Lever. We may have an invisible spy on board.
One that not very invisible, not very clever to spread something like this around. Then.
Yes, it is. If they're planning to attack the ship. If we've got an invisible person on board, we might need to kill them.
You might want to try and contain this contagion if it is spreading. Lafdul's gonna stay away from any crew members because I got close to Lever.
How many of them
Doesn't
are
Solas have-
infected?
Doesn't Solas have it?
Solus is asleep. You'd have to go wake him up and ask him.
Yeah.
Aren't you immune to these things? Okay.
Okay.
He's asleep.
Oh,
What about
yes.
what about Finnel'ar?
He's asleep as well.
Yeah. You could You could use your
I could
use your
try.
ESP spell to talk to them while they're asleep.
No, I can't.
That way.
Lafdul will attempt to come up with a remedy. He'll be a few minutes while he's doing it.
Lafdul, would
Yeah?
you mind? I suggest that Braxon and I and the crew member who has a rash go
Yeah.
and isolate in.
Let's go to your research laboratory.
Yes.
Have a look with a microscope. I've heard of something horrible called a rock grub. If we got rock grubs in our arms, we're gonna have to dig them out with daggers.
Psst.
Ugh.
No, we
Yeah.
don't have. Anyway, we don't. The crew member has it on his back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, let's
Lafdul
go.
had that insect thing dig into me at one point and he impregnated poor Lafdul. That would have been a harrowing experience.
Let's go see if we can find what's causing this. Let's take the crewman with us.
Okay. So looking at it closely under magnifying glass, you don't see any like little bugs or anything like that. It looks very similar to Braxon as a kid. You probably would have gotten poison ivy.
Right. So maybe some sort of poisonous dust in the air envelope.
Now, Lafdul, you were saying that you were staying away from them.
Yeah, but
I mean,
it's kind of like
you've got healing and
I'm-
herbalism. Did you want to?
Yeah, he's gonna try the healing and herbalism.
Okay.
Well,
You know,
Like,
he's
so
gonna
they
be
could
like,
put-
I'm gonna put it on the table, but you're gonna have to get it. He's gonna apply it yourselves. I'm not going anywhere near you. Ugh.
All right.
He's also gonna.
So give me give me an herbalism and healing check, please.
When Lafdul comes in, Braxton says something may have contaminated our air envelope
Yeah.
when the ship got stopped.
One failure, one success.
Okay.
Lafdul.
So Lafdul has put something on the table. He's keeping away from you.
Yeah, I
But
don't
it's
want
kind of
that.
like an ointment or salve.
Yeah, just apply it to your where it itches.
Yeah, Braxton will put that on his arm, and he'll also do the back of the crew member.
Okay. As you apply it to your arm, the itching intensifies.
Braxton goes, "That's making it worse.
What do you mean it's making it worse?
It's
What?
itching more.
Ugh.
It's itching more. I don't know whether to do the back of this crewman."
Yeah, probably
is it
not.
meant to
If
itch?
no, it's not. It's meant to cure you.
What do you have in this laboratory for getting spills off? We could try lots of water.
Spells off?
Never.
What do you mean?
Lara still has.
Well, if you contaminate yourself while you're trying to mix spell ingredients and stuff, what do you use to clean that off?
What? I don't know. I guess you scrub it off. Sand, something I don't know.
Sand, alcohol, water.
Yeah.
Try different
Well,
things.
funny enough, we got plenty of alcohol. I suppose you could try using some alcohol on it.
Yeah, it would depend on like what kind of thing. If it was actual magic, dispel magic would work. If it's just like spilling ingredients on yourself, it'll depend on the ingredients. Either alcohol or water would probably be the most
I
likely
could
things.
try dispelling it, but you might want to take your magical stuff off,
Yeah. Okay.
or at least the expendable stuff that tends to die
Yep.
with the magic, and get the crewman with you as well.
Yep. Is
Well,
this
Lever
just
has
another
one dispel
excuse?
magic. Lever has one dispel magic memorized.
Is this just another excuse to get Braxton to take his clothes off?
Yes.
You don't
yes,
have to
yes,
take your
naturally.
clothes off. He just means put your
Unless you got
potions away.
magical clothing.
Well, Braxton was trying to get some magical underpants, so that
Even if you had
So that-
something like your at worst case scenario is things like swords and armor would just lose their magical effects for a few rounds. That's it.
Anyway, we have a crew member who has it on his back, so we can use him to try this
Oh
stuff.
wow! Wow!
no, No, Braxon's going to have the experiments done on him.
Okay.
So I guess I cast the spell magic once they're in an appropriate area.
What, Braxon's arm in his hand?
Well, am I casting this on all of you or just one of you? Because I thought I want to get rid of this contagion.
Oh, you want to do it in one go? Yeah, we can all.
No, just do one first, because if
Well, how many
something
dispel
goes bad-
magics has he got?
I've only got one.
I've got one.
I got
Well,
0.
Can you cast that on yourself and another person?
I can cast
Yeah,
it
it's
in
an
an
area.
area.
Yeah, it's an area effect.
That's why I'm saying to get rid of your potions.
Let's
Yeah,
all
maybe
let's get rid of all our magical gear and then all stand together.
No, you can have your rings
Yes.
and armor, just not your potions, because they get destroyed. Or
Alright.
anything that does get destroyed, basically.
Yeah, right. So you put away the stuff that you'd be worried about, and
And if you put stuff in your bag of holding, it just gets closed off for a while. That's all.
all right. So Lafdul, you're going to cast a spell magic.
Mm-hmm.
All right, give me a d20. Yep, nothing changes.
Did you do a detect magic on it first? There's
No,
not much point in doing the spell magic on something that's not magical.
Well, if natural healing didn't work, I was just assuming it was magical in nature.
Haven't the others woken up by now?
No, they're asleep.
You haven't specifically said that you were waking them up.
There were proposals that
Do
we
we-
wake up Finnel. Finnel is very close to these things. He'll know what to do.
I mean, it is close to shift changeover anyway, so yeah, if you want to get them awake and do that, that's up to you.
Yes. Lewa wants to wake up Finnel. She goes and... No, she doesn't go, and she sends Lafdul off. Lewa doesn't move out of the room. We are isolated.
Yeah, with the crewmen.
Mm-hmm.
So
Are there others that have developed signs? Symptoms?
No one else has yet.
So why
Yeah.
not crew member? I mean, was he close to Braxon or to me? Sorry, Lewa.
I mean,
Maybe
he
you'll
started
touch
scratching.
something.
He started scratching as you guys were going to your lab.
So did we walk past him?
Yeah. I mean, he was like out on deck, around you
How
guys.
close? How close was he to us?
You weren't paying attention to exactly what he was doing, so you're not sure how close he got. He was 5. Well, he was probably 10, 15 feet away when he started scratching.
Okay.
But at the time, he was the closest to you.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah,
I mean, he was just going about his duties, so. I mean, he's still itching it, you know, unless you're like actively trying to keep him from scratching it. He's like, boy, I hope you come up with something, because this is really annoying. I think I had something like this. He goes into a little bit of a story about a time he had a nasty rash some years back too. So, Lafdul, you were gonna go wake up Finn, or they were asking you to go?
Yeah, I'm gonna wake up Finnel and explain. Well, we either got an intruder or some kind of contagion that apparently I cannot do anything about.
Okay.
Lewa does a self-experiment. She still has some of the... Let me see. The insect repellent that the Elden ones made.
So as Lafdul is leaving, there's a few crew members kind of like, I mean, they're not in the room. They're kind of like standing at the doorway,
Braxon
kind
calls
of
out.
looking in, trying to see, talking. What's going on? Is anything
Keep
wrong?
away.
Need anything to do? Yeah, they're staying out of
Yeah.
the room. They're staying out of the room.
Something's either causing some kind of contagion. Don't go near Braxon, I named the crewman, and Leva. They seem to have some kind of spreading rash.
Yeah,
It
if
must
you
have
reach somewhere-
happened. If it must have happened when we dropped at spelljamming speed.
If you itch somewhere, then come and join us here.
Shortly after Lafdul has left, just seconds, one of the crew members outside kind of gives a little shout. Someone pinched me!
Oh,
Well, Lafdul turns around, runs up to the crew member who has weapon drawn. There's like, who, what, where?
I don't know. He's just kind of like, rubbing probably his backside. Someone pinched me.
Ah,
Right.
what?
We got something.
Yeah,
we got something invisible on the ship. Stinging
something's
people.
on the deck, causing something.
I mean, it's not on deck. You're below decks at this point.
I tell the crew, you need to go upstairs. You might have got the contagion.
You're telling them to go up on deck?
Yeah, up with Braxon. I mean, I assume it's
No. The rest of the crew member, Braxon and Leva, they're in the library right now. That's where you're.
Well, yeah, I'm
Yes.
telling the crew member that got prodded. I assume.
You're telling him to go into the.
Yeah.
Okay.
Obviously.
come to us.
What have we got?
Say he might have got whatever. I'm trying to keep my distance from him.
He's
Lafdul.
checking. He's not finding any. He doesn't have a rash. He's not feeling an itchiness.
Oh,
Lafdul, you need to sweep
Really?
for something invisible.
Yeah, well, I don't exactly have any magic. I just say you just make sure he's isolated somewhere.
Braxon's going to try putting some water on his hand, see if that does any good.
Old?
Mhm.
Yelden's old insect repellent, was that a spray or was that to put on? Or
It would have been an ointment.
I would
All
have
right,
tried it.
Lara puts it on her rash. Hey, if it's somebody who feels, if it's a person or a creature, maybe not a person, but if it's a creature, it may feel upset by what I'm doing. Maybe it smells bad or something. So it might complain.
Did you memorize the detect invisibility? Because you said you had it yesterday.
No.
I don't know if you'd have memorized now.
Not today.
So putting
have
that
to look it up
on,
for something else.
it's like it doesn't really relieve it any more than just putting unrelated ointment on a poison ivy rash. It might temporarily for a couple minutes relieve the itching, but that's about it. Same thing with the water.
Right.
Oh, but what I do have, let me have a. Lever has ESP. Would that be possible, or does she need to know?
You need to target someone, I believe.
Yes.
I think we got someone invisible around.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Creature in
wake up.
range, Could she sort of? It doesn't say that. It says is able to detect the surface thought of any creatures in range. Doesn't
Yeah, but
say
don't
they
you have to
be-
focus on a creature one at a time, once per round?
Let me have a look.
I mean, I think you can kind of get the surface thoughts of something that's on the other side of a door, but you have to have an idea that there's someone there or something like that.
Well,
Braxon says
the caster can use the spell to help determine if a creature lurks behind the door, for example.
Yeah, but
So,
that's kind of
no,
what I
but
mean is, like, you'd have some idea that there's someone there, so you're directing it behind the door. It doesn't just, like, give you awareness all around you. You'd have to focus on, like, is there someone in that corner? Is there someone in that other corner? That sort of thing.
Well,
right. I think we got something invisible on board. I'm not sure if we got
Lafdul's
something.
gonna wake up Finnel'ar. We'll try
Let's,
to at least.
Braxon's gonna leave the room, and he's gonna.
Wait.
There's something on board.
You're
There's
gonna
something
spread
on
the
board.
contagion.
It's not a contagion. It's someone's doing something to us.
You don't know. So if you go out and it is not, and we got it wrong, then you're spreading it to everybody.
Right. You check that crewman that's been pinched and see if
I
they
can
got
get
the rash.
Ockar up. He's the second officer. He can take command.
Yeah. Okay.
I will wake Ockar up.
I think we need
Are
to.
you going to wake
close-
Ockar up and then Finn, or are you going to go wake Finn up and then Ockar?
Wake Ockar
Bill
up
to
first.
well, I was going to wake up Finn because I assume he's closer. Or it doesn't really matter. No, I'm still waking up Finn, but I will go to Ockar straight after, and I guess I'll wake up. You can wake up Solas because he's in the next group.
Ockar would be closer because his deck is his quarters are a deck closer.
All right, I guess I will wake up Ockar.
All right. So you go to wake up, and then you're going to go wake up Finn?
Well, yeah, that's the idea.
Okay. All right. So you go down. Ockar, you're woken up by a knock at your door, which is suddenly cut off, and you hear a shout from Lafdul from the other side of your door.
Oh God. Oh,
Like kind of a shout of alarm calling out your name, and then it's cut off.
Oh no.
What happened to Lafdul?
I think you guys would have heard that up in the library too.
Braxon's not waiting anymore. Braxon's not waiting anymore.
Yeah, they were full.
Braxon goes out, says, "We've got an intruder on the ship. Invisible intruder on the ship."
Ockar's gonna grab his sword and his shield, and and toss on the. I think I have some leather armor for just on ship use, or something like stud leather armor just for ship use, and then he's going to check to see what happened to Lafdul.
All right.
Braxon wants to go to the area near the front of the ship first, where we got the man catcher.
All right, hold on. So Ockar, you grab those things. You haven't actually put your armor on yet. Like the idea is to you're going to be getting into it. I assume as you're running around, looking around, so that you could kind of try and look rather than just like sit around for a couple of rounds while you're getting your armor on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I could easily just do that while I'm running around, since it's just doing straps and stuff to strap it on.
Yeah. So you throw your door open, and you see some startled crew members looking around like, I heard Lafdul shout. What's going on? You don't see anything, though.
I don't see the crew member?
No, I mean, you see the crew members. You don't see Lafdul. You don't see like a dropped piece of equipment. You don't see blood. There's just nothing there.
Labor races downstairs to see.
Okay, I'm gonna scan around with detective intent to see if I notice anything odd around me while I have my shield up.
Okay. You don't detect any evil intent, but there's definitely something kind of being picked up by that. But it's nebulous. It's like just on the edge kind of thing.
Do I hear anything moving around?
Well, the crew members are rushing around, so anything surreptitious would be easily covered by that.
Okay. I'm going to start looking around for Lafdul, keeping an eye all around me with detective intent up in case something tries to charge me in a direction.
All right. So Braxon, you've come down. You're heading out to get the man catcher.
Yeah.
And you can.
I'm also going to call out for Lafdul.
You can talk to Ockar as you're doing that.
Yeah, Braxon's shouting out. Something's got to my arm and to Lever and to one of the crewmen. And
kidnapped Lafdul.
It seems to have bashed one of the other crewmen. I think we got an invisible creature on the ship.
Well, it kidnapped Lafdul.
So Finn, the noise has definitely woken you up by now.
All right, I'll start stirring around and see what I hear.
Braxon yells out, "Has anyone got a whip?"
A whip?
Yeah, just sweep through the air with anything you've got.
Actually, that gives me.
If we need to, we can
the hallways are a bit too small for me to sweep through the air with the long spear, isn't it?
Well, I mean, you could do it with like the butt and just use it as a stick.
Yeah, I think I'll quickly go back to my room and grab the long spear and use it as like a 10-foot pole.
Do you guys want me to pull you over to the deck plan?
Yeah,
If that
can
would
do.
make it easier. All right.
Yeah.
I'll grab the long spear and I'm gonna use it as like a 10-foot pole to feel around for things around me. You know?
Okay.
Right. So we should be.
And if it ends up hitting
I
something
should
that
be
I don't
here.
actually see, I'm turning it around, I'm stabbing at the air.
So Braxon should be around here somewhere.
You know? Even if
Alright.
that... And I'm sorry if that thing I accidentally stabbed might be Lafdul.
Yeah.
Okay. So right now you're in the doorway. Solas has woken up too. He's Leva. I think you were still in the library.
Oh, I got it!
Leva was going to. Leva said she would race downstairs to see what happened to Lafdul.
I'm gonna call out the big wolf
Up
and
or down,
tell him to sniff
wherever
around for
Ockar
Lafdul.
Okay. All right. So Leva, you're down there. Ignore Lafdul right here for now and just
Yeah.
just
I'm
say
gonna-
as a token.
I'm gonna have Baemol try to sniff out Lafdul.
Okay. So Solas is going to come down and he wants to check out the rash, but things are going.
Yeah. Braxon says stay away from the rashes until we've sorted this out. We think we got an invisible creature.
All right. Okay, so you guys are looking around. Give me just a second.
Have either of you spellcasters got anything that can reveal anyone invisible?
Doesn't
I would have,
Leva have
but,
seen
but,
invisibility?
Or maybe we get some flour and throw the flour in the air or something.
Well, Leva, do you have see invisibility prepared?
I would have answered, you know. I was in the process of answering.
Oh, sorry.
I was going to say no. She hasn't got anything, not memorized, not today.
Well, I'm thinking about having Baemol try to sniff down Lafdul.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna head down to his room and grab something that he can use to try to sniff him out with.
Okay.
Well, does Beowulf know Lafdul by name?
He's been around Lafdul so many times. I think he would.
Well, that's what I mean.
He
If you
would
say,
know my scent, I guess.
if you say find
Yeah,
Lafdul,
I think you'd still need to.
fair
Like,
enough.
Beowulf hasn't been trained.
Yep.
So you would need to present him with something to sniff.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's why I'm heading down to Lafdul's room to grab like a sock or something.
This is when Lafdul's sock trap.
Well, as long as you don't go through
Explode.
my save, because that's trapped.
So I'm gonna head down there with Baemol.
All right.
Is Lafdul's room locked?
It's priest locked, but the officers know the password to it.
Leva just realized she does have some sort of a spell. She has locate creature.
Okay, then I'm gonna use the password on the priest lock to open the door, and then I guess I'll grab like a sock or whatever laundry he has in there
Alright.
to have Baemol sniff.
And
And I'm
Braxon,
gonna tell him crack.
while he's running down there, what are you doing? And same thing for Finn. What are you doing?
I guess I'm going to be heading up to see what's going on.
Okay.
You come
Braxon.
out and you see Ockar trying to have Baemol sniff a sock.
So Braxton's going to. This is a bit of a wide area here. This sort of area. Basically, he's gonna wave the man catcher around and try to hit anything that's invisible.
Okay. As you're doing that, Lafdul suddenly appears in this corner on the ground. He appears to be unconscious.
Lafdul's appeared.
Oh, so I don't need the sock then.
Braxon's gonna tap Lafdul with his foot. Lafdul, you awake? Lafdul, wake up. Does he look injured?
Scuffed up.
And he's on the floor.
You
Right,
don't-
Braxon's going to sweep the man catcher over him and go round these 3 squares.
All right.
Just in case something was holding him and just dropped him.
You do not hit anything.
Right. Braxton's going to head backwards.
Glau kind of flaps in, says, "What is all the commotion? What is going on?"
There's something invisible on the ship. It attacked Lafdul, made him invisible for a while. Now he's unconscious. It's done something to me and Lever. We've got a rash on us, so don't touch us. And now we need to get Lafdul cured.
Well, I might be able to help with that. And he starts flapping around, looking around.
Oh, he's searching. Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to be sweeping around down here with my spear.
All right. So, Finn, you can make your way up.
So Lafdul's just left there.
Well, I mean, you didn't react when Braxon tried to wake you up.
Wow.
Braxton doesn't
Did
want
he
to touch him
try
and
wake-
contaminate him.
Well, yeah,
Braxton
Did he
was nudging
actually
him with the foot.
try waking me up, or was he just
Yes.
saying like waking up? Because I might have woken up if he tried hard enough. I guess I don't know if I'm unconscious.
Braxton,
I mean, I think I am.
Braxton was shoving Lafdul with his foot.
Okay,
Drop
then
a book on me.
that
That's
definitely would have woken Lafdul up.
He
Yeah.
didn't want to touch. He didn't want to touch Lafdul with his hands in case he was contaminated.
Lafdul's like, oh,
Too
get
late
away from
already.
me. Lafdul's like taking his.
To see where the Lafdul smells unfamiliar.
Lafdul, what happened to you?
Well, I don't know. I was gonna shout out to Finnel to wake him up, and I just went unconscious. Like something hit me over the head.
Yeah. Does he smell normal?
He smells normal, yeah.
So there's nothing in addition to normal Lafdul smell.
Yeah, nothing
Brax-
else that you're smelling. Nothing
Well, I
else that
mean,
you're smelling, no.
It could have been
Well, not
intangible.
me, but Tayan.
Something hit me.
Yeah, but
Braxton-
your sense of smell is heightened because of Tan.
Okay.
Braxton's
Hey.
going to run past
Oh.
everyone to get on the front deck.
Finn, can you make sure they don't spread that damn contagion? And yeah, obviously we got an intruder. Something knocked me out.
Braxton's going to say, "Make sure you look all around. This intruder could be here to set us up for an ambush."
Glau kind of flaps out after you. I'm not seeing anything.
Well, there's something here.
If it were invisible, I would see it.
You can see invisible things.
Sometimes.
That's brilliant. I didn't know that. That's amazing.
Wait, you only see them sometimes? What about the other part of the time?
Well, if I am able to invoke an ability.
Braxton
Lafdul
Braxton
looks
says-
injured. I mean, I'm scruffed up. I mean, I've probably got a headache from. Being
No,
knocked out.
well, no cuts, no obvious bruising or anything like that, no.
Does he have a rash?
Well, am I injured at all? Because I cast. Well, would I regenerate the hit damage from my ring, or would I need to cure myself?
Not enough time has passed. No, you're not cut, you're not bruised.
Just knocked out. Oh, concussion. Well.
So, Finn, what are you doing?
First, I'm checking on Lafdul, see if I can figure out what's going on with him.
Seems okay. I mean, now at least, now that he's woken up. You've heard people saying that Leva and Braxon have a rash. There's another crew member who has a rash, but he's stayed upstairs.
Yeah, I'm trying to say I'm all right. Just make sure they don't spread that bloody rash.
Okay, let's go upstairs. What's the ship?
Leva, can I see this rash of yours?
Yes. Here. Have a look. It itches too.
Is it anything I recognize naturally?
It's extremely similar to something like poison ivy or poison oak.
Have you come into contact with any strange plants recently?
You
No.
would probably be able to handle this without even a. If it is that, you'd probably be able to handle this without even an herbalism check. It's a very common thing for druids to encounter.
I would have mentioned that I tried something, but it seems to have done the opposite for some reason. I don't know why.
Has it spread?
No,
Is it much bigger?
it's not larger than it was before. No, and no one else
That's
seems to have
weird.
it.
Well, let me see if I can't put something together for it then.
Yes, please. That would be nice.
All right. Finn, you have, assuming that it is something similar to poison ivy or poison oak, you would have stuff in your pouch that relieves the symptoms and speeds recovery. If you want to apply that.
Yes.
All right. So you get that on Leva's arm. It normally takes, at least 6 hours for it to completely go away, though.
I'll let her know that.
Oh, that's
Does it feel
good.
better already?
Yeah. It doesn't itch anymore. But you do need to kind of keep a poultice on, so you just tie it around.
Okay. You're a godsend. It's so nice. Doesn't itch anymore.
All right, and you can
guess
easily do the same thing to Braxon and the crew
I'm the
member if
crew
they're.
member.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'll do so then.
All right.
Braxon's going to go upstairs and get his stuff back.
Okay.
Lafdul wants to know why I got knocked out. Can we? Is there anything like in our ship or something on the helm's room? Nothing. I've only got like mind reading. I ain't got any bloody useful spells. I got to that now.
Sun Fayon is still on the helm, and he'd have been periodically informing you that he's not detecting anything, he's not feeling anything. Ockar, you still haven't found anything down below deck. None of the crew members have found anything. They've been running around, like holding their arms out, against the walls, trying to sweep the halls and stuff like that.
Would I know if I've been charmed? If my detect charm would? No, I wouldn't know if I've been charmed.
I mean, detect charm would reveal it to you that you've been charmed, but whether you'd believe it or not is kind of the nature of the charm.
Oh. Yeah, Lafdul's probably going to cast a spell. It says, well, I don't know if I'm charmed. Well, elves are usually not charmed.
You're casting detect charm?
Yeah, and I'm gonna make sure Leva or Braxon and the crewman if they've got anything.
Okay, give me a second. If anyone else wants to do has any ideas of things to check as well, let me know. Solas has some spells. Let me double check to see what he would not have had a chance to rest yet. So let me see what he said that he would have set. Okay, Solas also has Detect Charm, but since Lafdul's casting it, that's not needed. Let me see if he has Detect Magic or something like that. Does anyone else have Detect Magic? There was some talk about it before.
I did not memorize.
Okay.
No. I got curse. Curse on it.
No, I do have a detect charm memorized though.
Oh, funny enough, all three of the priests have
Uh,
to take charge.
Sadly, the spell I have prepared today is command.
That's incredibly useful if you knew where they were.
If I knew where this thing was, I could try commanding it.
Has anyone tried looking outside the ship or anything? Like in our helm's room or in our hold? It's like
Solas,
people...
Solas has priestly detect magic. Does he have wizard? He does not have wizard.
I'm gonna head down to the quarterdeck to look around down there.
Okay.
Make sure our hold's like secure or whatever. Someone.
Is it the hold downstairs?
Hold is up.
Oh.
The crew have checked.
Braxon, do you mind checking the hold? I'm gonna check downstairs in the crew area.
Yeah, okay. I'll check the hold.
Lafdul's gonna look out over the ship to see if he can see any like invisible. No, I see invisible. You can't see invisible. See if he notices anything out of the ordinary. Look beneath the ship or something that's hiding around. He's gonna try and listen as well. Well, after the detect charm.
Is going to cast Gift of Speech on Beowulf.
Okay.
Nice.
Give me just a second. Let me handle the detect charm, and then we'll do that.
Now we get to see if all remembers the voice he did last time.
That's a good question.
There'd be someone on YouTube in a week's time going, "Oh, what's the other episode?" And the voice was different.
All right, you do not detect any charms, Lafdul.
Not from a crewman, Braxon or whatever?
Nope.
Oh, I'm going to check various crewmen while I've got the spell up. Then I'm
Okay.
going to look over at the board.
All right. So, Finn, you cast Gift of Speech on Beowulf, and Beowulf immediately says, "Why are we doing all this again?"
There's an invisible creature we're trying to find.
I haven't smelled anything else.
You didn't spell whatever attacked Lafdul?
I haven't smelled anything other than all of you two-leggeds. All the normal ones.
That's what I wanted to know from him.
Could it have been non-humanoid? I guess. Wait, do like? Well, I'd say I was thinking of a plasmoid, but yeah. Wait, do we know anything about psionic invisibility?
No, you don't.
Yeah.
Most of you have an idea that there's something like magic that's not magic. That's the power of the mind that is known to, it's common among illithids kind of thing, but
Yeah.
that's really about it.
Mm.
Do you have any other questions for Beowulf?
No other than just asking him to keep sniffing around and see if he detects anything. To let us know.
Yes, and please do tell that form shifter one, two-legged form shifter one, that his socks stink. Ugh.
I'll be
Please,
sure to tell him
Ockar,
that.
please, Ockar, do not make me sniff those again.
It's not referring to mine because elves don't smell. They don't perspire.
It was an emergency situation.
Yeah, but my socks wouldn't smell.
They're still gonna smell like something.
They smell elfish.
They're gonna smell like dirt.
Yeah.
And-
Well, I can't see how that's more offensive than like Braxton's. The elf gets called out. Ugh. Yeah, whatever.
They smell of chaos. Ugh.
And elderberries.
Well, that's a nutshell, isn't it?
So Solas will cast Detect Magic, and he does detect some very minor magic from all three of those rashes.
Oh, so it's magical.
Do you want
Well,
me
my
to
dispel
try?
magic didn't do nothing.
I think I've got the remove disease stuff back by now, right?
Yeah, but Finnel did the thing, didn't he?
Yeah, but you could still remove disease on some people if you wanted. I mean, it would be instantaneous.
I just want to see if this is a real disease or not by trying this.
Try it on the crew member. He so far he hasn't gotten much.
How many people got the rash?
3.
3.
3.
Then yeah, I'll use the twice per week lay on hands on him and see how my lay on hands affect the rash.
Yeah, it clears it up instantly.
Oh, well, it's a disease or something. I don't know.
It works on some similar things.
Irritants, I guess.
So this
Oh,
means I'm immune to it.
Well, you're. Oh, so you're immune to normal diseases, not magical ones.
He can still get pinched.
So Solas will reveal that the minor magic that he was detecting appears to be from the plant sphere.
Didn't those fairies do that to me? Well, I didn't know at the time, but I
Don't know
realized in
exactly.
hindsight.
You don't know exactly what they did. Like,
So
I mean,
No,
other
the
than the
rash
effects.
is very,
Well, I
very
understand that, but
similar.
other than the effects, you didn't analyze it then and there to figure out whether it
Yeah.
was magic or not. Yes,
Lafdul,
Ockar.
do you remember anything from when you were grabbed?
Well, no, I was knocked out. Something hit me or did something to me. I assume I was knocked out physically. I mean, it could have been magic.
Do you feel like you're missing anything, like any information
Oh,
was taken
you
out of your
said
mind or something?
Lafdul's checking his gear. He's still got his rings on him and stuff.
Well, I mean, not one particular ring.
Yeah, oh, you don't have to mention that.
Like, did anything get taken from you?
No,
Are
no,
you
I'm
getting
referencing.
anything?
I'm
Lafdul's
referencing the old the ring of X-ray
Lafdul's
vision.
doing an inventory check now that you've made him paranoid.
Nope, you're not missing anything.
Hmm.
Do you feel like whatever attacked you might have?
You don't think Njord just landed on the ship, do you?
Do we have to
George.
check Dragon?
Well, she went for me of all people. I don't know.
I don't. But why would the rats be happening at the same time?
I don't know. I'm grasping at straws here.
Uh, all we can do is search the ship from top to bottom, and have somebody. And we need to check the hold and everything else we have locked up in case we are dealing with some kind of thief as well.
Is
No,
someone keeping a watch out?
don't open
Yeah,
our.
you've got a ton of crew members who are also helping to search.
Nobody opened the stuff that we need to stay locked up.
Yeah, don't
Obviously not
open.
the black box.
Don't open any storerooms.
Don't open any storerooms. Don't open the black box. Don't open Lafdul's safe. Don't open anything.
Oh, open it at your own peril.
So Glau and Bjolmolf continue to report that they are not detecting anything. Bjolmolf is not smelling anything unusual.
Beowulf can only speak to Finn, right?
No, I think he can speak to everyone.
Yeah, he can speak to everyone
Okay.
with that spell.
I'm gonna have Beowulf come with me, and we're gonna sniff through get the entire ship.
While they're
once
all
over.
doing that, is Lafdul on the top? I mean, I'm up on the top just looking overboard. I assume I'm just there with crew. Is any of the other party members with me? Or are they searching the
If
ship?
you-
Because
if
I'm
you're
looking overboard.
If you're up on the top deck, then you're up
Yeah.
on the top deck. No one else has said that they're going up there.
Ockar's gonna be doing a sweep of the entire ship with Beowulf to see if he smells anything odd on any of the floors.
Okay. Is anyone going with Ockar or Lafdul?
Yes.
Uh,
Level 5 goes with Lafdul, in fact, because Ockar is busy with his.
Yeah, just don't
I
get
was
too
going to
close
say
me.
with his dog, with his wolf.
Okay.
And I'll
Just
go
keep
with
this-
Ockar then.
Okay.
We should probably all stay in pairs.
Yeah. And that means that Solas should stay with Braxon.
Yeah, Solas will stay with Braxon.
That way, if something ambushes us, the other party member can try to help.
Leva has Tay follow a little bit behind us.
Tank.
Keeping,
And then
keeping
Tayan's the one who
shadows
gets
if-
grabbed.
Keeping to the shadows if he can.
He's not indicating anything unusual.
Yes.
Lafdul's looking overboard. I could fly under ship. Well, out south.
Yeah, we could both fly. Leva has a fly spell memorized.
So,
should we...
how long do you want to spend searching, or just like when you get to a point where you feel that you've searched everywhere, you stop and kind of come back together and talk?
Yeah, wow. Like half an hour, I don't know.
I mean, with all the crew and helping as well, and it's not exactly a big ship, in terms of actual total space. Yeah, half an hour is fine.
Did you guys check your stuff? Because I've obviously checked mine. Well, I haven't checked my room, but...
Bjornmolf and Glau will report that they have not... Glau has not seen anything hidden, and Bjornmolf is not smelling anything new.
Hmm.
Braxon's going to go and get his magic rope from his cabin, and he's going to try to get it to... I don't suppose you can lasso things you can't see.
I mean, you can make well, you don't have proficiency in lasso.
Yeah.
It is a weapon. You can command your rope to tie itself around something, but you would need to
You have to see it.
Yeah, you'd have to, well, or have a pretty good idea of where it is.
Well, I was kind of thinking sweeping around with the man catcher didn't seem to work.
You could do like the equivalent of a giant clothesline. Just tell your rope to hold out in a straight line and just sweep it around.
No, that wouldn't work. It won't stay stiff like that.
Yeah.
Let's grab someone else, maybe a crewman, anyone, and
get them to hold it.
Treat it like a skipping rope.
Well,
and just go down corridors, and
corridors are only 5 feet wide. Like, you can just have two people walk side by side, arms running against the wall.
Yeah.
And the crew has already done that. I mentioned that they were doing that.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
So no one has found anything. I mean, and you're sweeping around with the man catcher. You didn't find anything. So you've spent a half an hour, searched as thoroughly as you feel you can. Really,
it could be on the ceiling.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to spend another half an hour doing that.
Actually, Leva would rather...
I'm also going to assume that the ship has come to a complete stop, by the way, as well, just to be on the safe side. Sorry, go ahead, Leva.
It's okay. Leva would rather spend the day doing normal things and
You've got a headache.
Memorize the useful spells for the next day. So we can do an extended proper search next day with spells that help us do stuff.
All right, that's up to you guys.
Actually, stopping might be a bad idea if someone's trying to get us to stop so he can catch us up.
Yeah,
What if
could have been a distraction or something?
What? Yeah, I mean that's what I'm thinking. This is a prelude to an attack.
So Lafdul's looking out, sort of.
How about we turn 90 degrees and head in a different direction?
Yeah, sounds good.
All right.
Mind you, we did want to bait people to attack it.
Yes, but not like this. Attack us, but on our terms, not on yours.
Okay. Well, it is about time to take our break. So I'm gonna let you guys think a little bit more about what you want to do. And when we come back, we'll see if the party has come up with any ideas on trying to figure out what's going on. So we'll be back in about 10 minutes, everyone.